I was reading Nathan Grayson's profile of you and from Kotaku last year, and it seemed like reading that piece that there was a little bit of anxiety that you would be permanently suspended or banned from Twitch.
Oh.
Obviously, some of the content that you've done more generally can be provocative at times,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of the humor, obviously.
Yeah.
Were you worried that truly worried that was going to be
Yeah.
something you were going to have to deal with being put off the platform?
I mean, I still am worried, but I think like they didn't know what to do with me when I first came onto Twitch, because I was doing really strange things, like, does an avatar, like, for example, um I got banned for showing my thigh, my avatar's thigh, but I thought it was fine because she was wearing like a cool RPG type of armor, type of like things that you would just see in a video game, right? Like you see girls, their concept art on video games, and they're like, she wasn't even scantily clad. It was just that she was showing a bit too much hip and thigh on one side, and then I got banned for that. And I at the time I was kind of like, well, she's a video game character, so is that really the same as a real person? Um, and then I got banned for I made this fun little joke where I programmed this thing where if chat spends $1, I had a little cell. Miko had like a little cell phone, and when chat spent like $1, a letter D would pop up on her phone, and the joke was, you sent me a D pic. It was like a stupid joke, but it was a joke, and I basically got banned for soliciting pornography. Yeah, and then so I think Twitch just didn't know what to do with me because I guess like it's just something that they haven't really dealt with before or seen before. So I guess they didn't really fully understand what was actually happening there. But I guess in their mind I was actually selling D pics, but it was the letter D.
Hearing you talk about that, it makes me think a lot about Amaranth, actually, who I think, like you, they've struggled to figure out what to do with her for a long time as well. Like they would ban her off the platform. They ultimately like changed categories, right? And released the pools, beaches, and hot tubs category because like they just didn't understand like how to deal with the sort of the changing landscape. I mean, they're a website we've talked about endlessly on this podcast that just it struggles a lot with moderation, struggles with like transparency. They're a very complex website for as big as they are. And so hearing you talk about like your own thing being one of the more popular VTubers, like clearly is you're pioneering in a category against a website that doesn't even know how to deal with certain things on a regular basis, much less something unique. And I think, I do think of Amaranth a lot when I hear that because I think she's gone through a little bit of the same.
Yeah. I would even say that Amaranth is in a way less sexual than CodeMiko sometimes, because Miko makes a lot of jokes. Amaranth does not make any jokes. When she came over to my place and we did a stream together, I love just making fun of stuff, and I love making fun in just the situation. And I made some like just jokes on the line of like, oh look, like two girls, something like a sexual joke, right? And then she got so paranoid. She was like, you can't do that, you can't make jokes like that. I was like, oh shit. It's even, and then she told me that like basically in her mind how toss and all that works is like, you can people can look all they want, but you yourself can't acknowledge it.
Thanks for watching Visionaries on YouTube. For more content, please subscribe to the Overcome channel.